Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 1st to the 15th, 2023 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman emoji in the comment box. A person will be chosen at random at the end of the month, and that person will then be announced in a completely separate video. It will be its own video. The instructions will be there, so do not be fooled by anybody pretending to be me, contacting you in the comment box saying hooray or anything like that. It will not be me. So keep your eyes open at the end of the month, and good luck to everyone. Now, if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It will be linked in the description box below, as will all the cards that I am using. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say, Leo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have the Fool. We then have the Nine of Swords reverse, which is excellent. We then have the Two of Cups reverse, which is interesting. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. We have the Four of Swords, the King of Wands reversed, the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Swords reversed. Can you see that all? I'll move everything down just a bit. So we are represented by the wands in the minor arcana. And so with the King of Wands coming up reversed, just know during this time, our tempers can get the best of us. Our frustration at things can get the best of us. We can feel astoundingly passionate, astoundingly driven. We can become workaholics. We can also become a little bit of perfectionists during this time because it's our energy reversed. So it's all the good qualities, but kind of turned on their head, right? To become a little bit more of the, hey, be mindful of these qualities type of energy. So that's going to be important to note. With the Fool crowning everything, we want a new adventure. We're starting a new adventure. We're heading forward in a really great positive way, and we're taking that leap of faith towards so much more. So that's going to be a very big deal. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So right here, we have confidence reversed. And that can also be why the King of Wands comes forward reversed, is that we might be feeling a little bit more vulnerable during this time, not as confident as we kind of think we should be. So we're going to mask. We're going to pretend to have the bravado we think we should. Show yourself grace during this time, Leo. That's going to be just so absolutely important to say, okay, I might be feeling a bit vulnerable. I might be feeling a bit overwhelmed, but I still love me. I'm still showing up for me. I'm still here for me. Do that for yourself, Leo, and you're going to find that you really move forward in success in a very beautiful way. So let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels This is angels and masters reverse. Now, the masters are our spirit guides, of course, and this energy is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And we can really feel like we're in this alone, like we're not connecting. And spirit is telling us, listen, your angels right there with you, even if you don't feel them, even if you don't think so. It's kind of like, you know, in Christianity when it's like that poem Footprints, like where you were walking down the sand, there were two footprints, and then there was only one, and the person said what happened, like was talking to God, and the God was like, well, that's when I was carrying you. That's going to be this energy here. It's also in the perfect mind. I think in the Gnostic text where it's like, when you are closest to me, I'm furthest from you. When you are furthest from me, I'm closest to you. That's the energy that's coming forward. There's this real sense of, I'm with you. I'm right here with you, even though you might not feel it, even though it might seem like, like that's a lie. It's not. Focusing on that, soul star chakra, focusing on that golden energy, just cocooning you, moving you forward, embracing you with love, that is going to be such a beautiful thing. Let's see what spirit wants us to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Here we have the Six of Swords. We're moving forward in something, but there's a bit of apprehension, there's a bit of doubt or of fear, and that can really be holding us back. It's almost like I want to wait till it's perfect, but then we are crowned with the Fool energy, and it's like, well, I want to go right now. So we can have that bit of of a dichotomy, of a contradiction during this time. So we have the astrology here, and we have the tarot reading. The astrology really picks up planetarily with on the 3rd of December with Venus in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn. Now, let me know, guys, if you are interested in doing like the phases of the moon and how that affects us. But we're definitely not going to do it in this reading because, first of all, I don't have it. And secondly, this would be so long, it would be ridiculous. So let me know if you guys want a separate reading of that information too. And we can do this either for the last half of December or for the beginning of January, depending on how things go. So on the 3rd of December, with Venus in Libra squaring Pluto in Capricorn, don't let things overwhelm you. It will be very, very easy to get overwhelmed. It will be very easy to take things out on others. We have that here with the King of Wands. Just know during this time that we want things to be perfect. That seems to be a going theme. We want things to be perfect. We want things to come out just exquisitely. And we can kind of sabotage ourselves because we put so much on our plate. We become too overwhelmed. We become too, kind of like hyper fixated on things. And so Spirit is saying here, hey, calm it down. Show yourself grace. That's going to be very important. Slow it down and turn inward. That's also going to be important for the crowning energy with the Fool, which here is the child, and there is this sense of, I want something magical to happen, right? He's waiting up by the fire for Santa. And there's just a story in my head of him falling asleep by the fire and not seeing the magic, but then seeing the magic because there are presents under the tree. We want to take that big jump. We want to do something extraordinary. We want to see it. And yet we're not going to fully see what happens because it's almost going to be like we fall asleep, or it's going to be like, okay, we need to connect with this energy. And that's going to happen as we slow it down. And we're going to think, oh, but I need to speed it up. I need to take that giant leap of faith. And the Fool is always mindful of the fall. So just remember, every single hero's journey starts with being a fool, with people laughing and people mocking. But when you jump, gravity kicks in. You're inevitably going to fall. So understanding that too shows us grace and shows us, kindness and compassion, that the journey is going to be bumpy, and that's okay. It's part of the beautiful story that is our lives. So here, understanding that we're heading towards something bigger, that we know that during this time, and we're really releasing a lot of worries, a lot of fears. So that's with the 9 of Swords coming in. On the 4th of December, we have Venus entering into Scorpio. Now, this is a very passionate time. This is a great time to strengthen our relationships. Tempers can run high, okay? And especially with that we see as frivolous. So just be mindful here. We have a healing reversed. So with the 2 of Cups reversed. This is healing, beautiful love coming forward. And there's almost a sense of, we want this, right? We want this energy to move forward. We want to strengthen our relationships, but we can have a very low tolerance for that we see as foolish. And that can be very hurtful to people. So just being mindful of our words, being mindful of, the way that we react to things, that's going to be a very big deal. We want intense connection. We do. On the 4th of December, we want intense connection, but we can feel kind of overwhelmed by it at the same exact time. Now, on the 5th of December, we have Venus in Scorpio, trine Saturn in Pisces, and we are very committed to those that we are close to and that we feel valued by and that we can see the value in. But just remember, during this time, it's kind of like there can be a sense of, well, I can see the value in this, so I can honor it. But Spirit is saying, what if we just honor? What if we just love? What if we just move this forward? And we take out any of the judging from it. And that's also with the King of Swords energy. We can be rather judgy, and we can have people around us who are rather judgy, and we could be like, oh, well, they're right, they have valid points, but it's like, but why? With the 9 of Swords reversed, there is a sense here of, I'm stepping out of my worry, I'm stepping out of my fear, I'm stepping out of the chaos that I've had. And on the 6th of December, Neptune goes direct in Pisces. Now, Neptune rules Pisces energy, so it feels very much at home here. Neptune's retrograde ends. That's what Neptune direct means. And the fogginess that has been around us, it starts to lift. So the worry that has also been around us, it starts to lift. We can see things more clearly. We can be more motivated. We can be more insightful. So being aware of this energy is going to be very, very good. We're going to be looking at things and saying, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? The worry, the doubt, the fear, the fact that we could feel everything kind of weighing in on us starts to be released. And we start to say, I can do this. I can see this. I can move forward in this energy. I understand me a little bit more. And that's because we're coming out of that chaos. We're coming out of that hurt. We're coming out of that fogginess that has been around us. And that's going to be a very good thing. But it's worry. We can be worried that it's not going to be perfect. We can be worried that the holidays repeat a pattern that we don't want them to repeat. So just noting this during this time and saying, okay, these are my fears. This is what I'm worried about. But when the fog lifts, I show myself the grace. I let myself open the door. On the 7th of December, we have Mercury in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. Act on your big ideas, okay? It's very interesting because the 4 of Swords is like, hey, rest. Come in, let yourself rest, let yourself connect, let yourself honor your story. Excuse me. And that's going to be so important. But you can see your opportunities more clearly. And it's almost like, let me honor my story. Let me honor everything that I've been through. And then to see myself pull me forward, like to see where I'm going is going to be so important. There's a sense here of, acting on your big ideas. I'm just seeing there's almost a sense of looking at your story, looking at your life and saying, look at all the twists and turns I've taken. Look at everything that has overwhelmed me. Look at, where I have gone and what I have gone through. And I'm honoring me. And as you honor me and things become more clear, right? As you honor yourself, right? And things become more clear, it's like, oh, I can see the progression forward. But you have to step back a little bit. And on the 7th of December, you're committed to your big ideas, to things coming forward, to new opportunities. But there's almost a sense here of, as everything becomes clear, don't act right away. It's kind of like, take it in for a minute, look at things, and then go, and then act. The way we're going to want to do it is just to set off at like a dead run. And Spirit's like, okay, but if you start the race running at full speed, you're going to be exhausted. So be mindful about that. On the 9th of December, we have Venus in Scorpio opposite Jupiter in Taurus. This is a lazy day, okay? So just be mindful that the energy here, the restless energy, we need to kind of curtail it, hold it back, let ourselves be a little bit lazy, let ourselves be kind to ourselves. That 4 of Swords energy also comes in where it's like, okay, slow it down and connect. That 4 of Swords energy is helping us to see the bigger picture of what we want and where we're headed, but slow it down and connect. On the 10th of December, the moon is in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces, your intuition is on point and you're really aligned with your purpose. Now, this can become muddied because the King of Wands, the us, in the minor arcana as king is reversed. We're going to want to act on things really quickly, really intensely, really powerfully. And Spirit is saying here, hey, slow it down and connect with yourself. If you take away one thing from this reading, it's slow it down and connect with yourself. We're going to want to get so much done. We can see things clearly. We're moving forward at a good clip. And it's like, okay, if this speed is good, doubling it up is going to be better. And then doubling that up, and then doubling that up. And then we're just moving at a speed that we cannot keep up with. And it's going to cause burnout. So be mindful about this during this time. You can also have a bit of imbalance with your sacred masculine energy. So acknowledging that and sitting in meditation and kind of chanting sacred masculine around yourself and seeing the emotions that come up can be highly beneficial during this time and highly empowering. On the 11th of December, we have Mercury in Capricorn, sextile Venus in Scorpio. Dealing with people can be easier on this day. It really can be. And we're going to find new ways to better express ourselves, to work forward in what we want. But also note there's going to be this sense of like, I'm just not patient. It's not just on the 11th of December. There's going to be the sense again of speeding it up. The 7 of Pentacles is planting the seeds, is getting everything just right, making everything just so. This reversed is kind of taking things before they're ready. It's kind of like taking out a cake before it's done baking in the oven and then it all collapses inward. Be mindful about this during this time. It's going to be so easy for us to get caught up in in getting more done. It's like, oh, if this is good, this will be better. It's kind of like when you put chocolate chips. Well, I mean, maybe there's never too many chocolate chips, but you know what I'm saying. When you put something in, it's like, oh, well, if a little bit of salt is good, a lot of bit of salt will be better. And that is not the case at all. So being mindful about this during this time is going to be very important for us. With the 7 of Pentacles reversed, we are going to want things to just kind of like sprout up. We're going to want things to already be done as soon as we think about things. So being mindful here, it's very much the Fool's energy, that energy of rushing forward. We are resistant to a healing. There's some sort of energy that's coming in during this time, and it can be around the 11th, also around the 14th, which we'll get to, where it's like there's clarity that's coming. We're working very well with people, but there's a sense of like, I'm not going to forget this. I'm not going to forgive this. Or, a bitterness can stay with us. And over the holidays, we can be seeing people that we don't usually see. And there can be like a frustration there or a bitterness there. Don't let it sour everything. Don't let it color everything because it doesn't need to. Let yourself move forward with love and compassion and let yourself it's like bury the hatchets during this time. Just let yourself be freed, because you're going to see that there's a tremendous healing that comes forward that has you honoring your story and seeing yourself in a way that is liberating and that is absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. On the 12th of December, we have the new moon in Sagittarius, which there will be a separate video on. And then on the 13th of December, we have Mercury going retrograde, which I know nobody wants for the holidays, but there will be a separate video on that as well. On the 14th of December, the moon is in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. And this is us taking a different approach to life and, wanting the more unconventional path, looking at things and saying, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about opening this door? With the King of Swords energy, even though we want the unconventional path, the King of Swords energy is like, okay, show me the facts, show me the spreadsheets. Let me see the way that success has worked in time immemorial. And that's the way that I'm going to follow. That's what I'm going to go after. So we have to be very mindful about this, that both of these energies are going to be using, it's kind of like what they're best at to the extreme. Fire sign energy, right? Here with the King of Wands is like, I'm going to be using my passion. I'm going to be using my boundless energy, my determination, my focus. The King of Swords also has boundless energy. These are the two fastest moving of the kings or of the knights in the minor arcana. We're going to see that there can be this manicness about us. Like there's just this fast moving, oh my gosh, you can do everything. You can get everything done. But the burnout is not worth it. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. The burnout is not worth it. You will not enjoy everything that you're putting together for everybody else or anybody else if you're moving at such a fast speed. Slow it down. That is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself, one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself. Slow it down. It doesn't also have to be so logical. There's going to be a time during the first half of December where it's like, well, I feel this way and I have to go with that feeling. Like I have to embrace that emotion, or I have to look at it through the lens of the heart. And that's going to be a very beautiful thing for us, Leo. We might not make big decisions like that, or we might, but there's the sense here of don't get bogged down in being overly logical, overly factual, overly, kind of strict with things. Logic and facts, yes, they have their place, they have their purpose. You can't be making chemical concoctions without being, or mathematical equations without being factual and logical about them. But know that it has its place and don't carry it into everything, because there's a rigidness here that we need to acknowledge, and that can be very overpowering for us as well. The King of Swords energy can also be somebody who is around us who's rather sarcastic, okay, who is very biting with their words, who has a way of insulting us with also kind of complimenting us at the same time. So you never know where you stand with this person. So just be mindful about this as well. Our subconscious spirit message is positivity, okay? Really looking at what you love, at what you want, at what brings positive energy into your life, and saying there's something to this. There's something beautiful here that I'm guiding forward in, that I'm moving forward in, that is helping me embrace what I want, what I need in my life, and that is opening up the doors. And that's going to be an absolutely beautiful thing. Our subconscious chakra energy is the heart chakra reversed. Taking time to connect with our heart chakra is going to be a game changer. This is also connecting with our inner child, who can be feeling rather ignored during this time. So stepping back and saying to our inner child, I love you and I'm here for you. Doing that simple meditation, kind of just breathe out, a nice deep breath in again and breathe out whenever it feels comfortable for you. And visualize yourself bending down, holding your arms open, crouching down, and see the child that you once were running into your arms. And scoop that child up in a huge hug and say, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always listen to you. And I will always, always be on your side. Because right now, for whatever reason, our inner child is feeling ignored. And that can be why we feel so impatient, why we can feel so overwhelmed, why we can doubt and fear. We're letting go of a lot of worry. But it's almost like our inner child has been programmed to worry, programmed to fear, programmed to wait for the bad things to happen. And this is a time where we need to let in the healing, especially to our inner child. And it's like, no, I got this. I got this. We are safe. We are powerful. And we are moving forward in absolute abundance. Absolute abundance. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Again, don't bite off more than you can chew. I mean, that is so easy to say and so hard to do, especially during this time of year where it's like, I just want everything to be perfect. Again, let go of perfect. You're not going to get there. Okay. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that, say I'm going to have fun. Spirit is like, change the words around it. Change the words around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be joyous. Okay. Are people laughing? Is it a good time? And even if some people aren't, that's on them. If they want to be a grouch of the party, that's fine. They can be. Have your fun. Don't try to balance everything. Don't put everything on your shoulders. You'll take away the joy. You just will. And you won't be able to do everything that you think you're going to be able to do. So show yourself grace. Our subconscious tarot message is the Ace of Cups reversed. It's interesting. It's almost like we don't want to go too close to our hearts right now. It's too much. Spirit is saying you're getting a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of love, of healing, and of compassion. We're not quite ready to take that gift because it brings a certain level of vulnerability that might be very overwhelming for us. So just acknowledging that this gift is here, that when we are ready, we will absolutely take it, but it will bring tears. It will bring a power, a surge of emotion that needs to be acknowledged. And that's going to be a very important thing. Excuse me. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.